Welcome to the Mirror Maiden, Volume 1. For centuries, Alara has been a ghost in the glass, longing for a world she can only observe. When a curious young man touches her mirror, she finds a way out, but the price of a physical body is the slow erasure of her very soul. Welcome to the Mirror Maiden, Volume 1. If this story pulls you in, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can follow the next part the moment it arrives. For 300 years, my world has been a silver-tinted memory, trapped behind a wall of cold, unyielding glass. Then he walked in, a sudden spark of warmth in a room filled with the scent of old paper and forgotten things. I pressed myself against the barrier, praying that for once, someone would see more than just their own reflection. He stopped abruptly, his amber eyes widening as he noticed the strange, shimmering distortion swirling within the glass. This was my only chance to escape the silence, even if the price of a physical body was a piece of my soul. As his finger brushed the surface, the glass softened into liquid, opening a door that could never be fully closed. Kale stared into the shimmering glass, unaware that a pair of violet eyes watched him from the other side. A single touch broke the silence of centuries, turning the solid glass into a liquid gateway. Alara pressed her hand against the cold barrier, her heart racing at the sudden proximity of a living soul. As their palms met, a violent surge of energy tore through the reflection, blurring the line between reality and the void. With a decisive pull, Alara dragged Kale into the silver prison, claiming the physical world as her own. She stepped onto the dusty floor for the first time in an eternity, oblivious to the price she had just paid for her freedom. Alara stepped into the air of the waking world, her heart hammering against a chest that finally felt solid. The red velvet felt like a warm wave against her fingertips, a heavy, plush reality she had only ever seen through glass. She inhaled the scent of cinnamon and ancient ink, the fragrance of 1,000 forgotten stories filling her lungs. Every sound was a symphony, and every breeze a caress. The sheer intensity of existing made her forget the cold silence of the mirror. She didn't care how brief this window was, or what the cost might be, as long as she could feel one more thing. As she reached for a small hand mirror to admire her new form, she failed to notice the subtle shift in her own reflection. Alara marvels at the weight of her own breath, savoring every second of the physical world she has craved for centuries. A sudden anomaly catches her eye, a single strand of dark brown hair cutting through her shimmering silver locks. The horror deepens as she realizes her violet gaze is bleeding into Kale's amber hue, erasing the only colors that were ever hers. This is the hidden cost of the swap. The physical world does not welcome her. It consumes her identity to make room for the borrowed shell. She tries to cling to the memories of her old self, but the more she fights, the faster her features dissolve into a stranger's likeness. Alara turns toward the great mirror, sensing Kale's growing distress as he realizes he is trapped in her silent silver prison. Alara stares in horror as Kale beats against the cold glass, trapped in the silver void she once called home. Kale's muffled screams echo in her mind, his expression warping under the pressure of the mirror's suffocating grip. She glances down to see her own pale skin darkening, the physical evidence that her identity is rapidly slipping away. The cost of her freedom is too high. If she stays, she will become a ghost of the man she is destroying. With a final trembling breath, Alara presses her hand to his, triggering the swap to pull him back into the light. As the glass pulls her back into the silence, She accepts the loneliness once more to save the only person who truly saw her. We are bound now, a secret shared between two worlds. She is safe again, returned to the air and the light of the living. I return to the silence, but the warmth of his touch still lingers. But as the ripples fade and the stillness returns, I notice something, someone else, a flicker of motion in a distant frame. I am not the only one waiting in the silver. A gallery of forgotten souls, all of us waiting for someone to look. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and enable notifications to follow Volume 2, where the consequences of this ending begin to unfold.